Welcome, team. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down the ODeX Playbook, and I want you to forget everything you know about a traditional sales pitch. We're going to master a totally different framework, one that's all about having transformational conversations. These conversations don't just empower your clients, they empower you to become a genuinely trusted advisor.
Okay, let's start with the single biggest mindset shift you need to make. It's a core principle from our founder, Manoj Onkar. Think about it. Nobody buys medicine because they like the taste of it, right? They buy it to get well. It's the exact same thing here. Our clients aren't buying ODeX. They are buying a solution, a way to achieve their biggest, most important goals. Once you really, truly get that, everything about how you approach them is going to change.
So here's our roadmap. We've got 6 key sections. We're going to start with the core philosophy, then walk through the conversation piece by piece, and wrap it all up by connecting it to the really powerful mission that we're all a part of. So let's dive in with the golden rule. Before you even think about saying the word ODeX, you have to adopt this philosophy. It completely reframes the entire dynamic. This isn't a pitch, it's a partnership.
This slide really says it all. You see, most salespeople, they try so hard to be interesting. They're pushing features, talking about how great their company is, trying to impress. Your goal is the complete opposite. Your job is to be genuinely interested in them, in their world, their context, their biggest dreams, their real objectives. That's it. That's how you build a real connection.
And remember this, the most important subject to anyone on this planet is themselves. So your job is to hand them the microphone as fast as you possibly can. This whole thing isn't about you talking, it's about you listening. Seriously, the more they talk, the more you'll understand, and the more you can actually help them win.
Okay, so let's see how this mindset actually works when we're opening up a conversation. This is where you set the stage not for a sales pitch, but for a real, genuine exploration of their world.
So you don't open with facts and figures about ODeX. No, you open with this, a powerful, legacy-defining question. I'm telling you, most leaders have never been asked this before. It just immediately lifts the conversation out of the day-to-day and into the world of vision and purpose.
And now, you just listen, and listen carefully. Some people might be a little thrown off by the question, but you just encourage them to think big. What you're listening for are those long-term answers. Things like legacy, the next generation, where they see things 25 or even 50 years from now. This answer, this becomes the anchor point, the North Star for everything else we're going to talk about. All right, now that you've got them talking about their big long-term dream, it's time to gently uncover the problem, and it's a massive obstacle that's stopping them from actually building that legacy. So you can explain it like this. Every leader is basically juggling 3 huge responsibilities. They've got the day-to-day operations, they've got to innovate the business model, and then there's the really crucial work of building the organization itself. The problem, the dilemma, is that one of these almost always eats up all of their time and attention.
And that's when you ask this key diagnostic question. You'll be amazed at the answers. Most leaders will tell you, 80%, 90%, sometimes 100%, all their time is just swallowed by firefighting. And that leaves 0 time for thinking about the business, let alone building the future. And right there, that's the trap. You see, day-to-day operations are important, for sure, but they can be delegated. But building the organization, the culture, the strategy, the future, that is the one thing that a senior leader absolutely cannot delegate. So they're stuck doing work someone else could be doing, while the work only they can do gets completely ignored.
Now this is the turning point in the conversation. You're going to connect their problem, being trapped in the day-to-day, directly to that big dream they just shared with you. This is how you create that sense of urgency, that need for a totally new approach.
You see, most leaders, they base their future growth on what they did in the past. They'll say, well, last year we did X, so this year we're going to shoot for 1.5X. Your job is to break that cycle. You have to get them to stop looking in the rearview mirror and start looking at the massive, untapped potential of their entire market. So then, you introduce a new number, a much, much bigger number. And this isn't some fantasy, it's a provocation. You get them to imagine, what would 10X or even 100X growth even look like? What if they could tap into the real potential of their market? This just completely reframes the entire game. But look, a big dream without a real strategy is just a wish, right? This is the moment you finally introduce ODeX. ODeX is the bridge. It's the framework that takes that wishful thinking and turns it into a concrete, actionable strategy to actually get that exponential growth.
Now, notice how far into the conversation we are. We've uncovered their dream, we've identified their problem, we've established the need, and only now do we introduce the ODeX framework. So what exactly is the goal we're shooting for?
First, you define the destination. You explain that an extraordinary organization is one that's ready for the future, a place where people are all in, head, heart, and soul, and it makes a real positive contribution. Then you just ask a simple question. Is this the kind of organization you're interested in building? And this image shows them exactly how to get there. Once they've said yes to the destination, you show them the proven roadmap to make it happen. You explain that we focus on 5 core pillars to build this extraordinary future together.
And you can just briefly introduce each one. We're talking about transforming leadership to focus on the future, transforming the culture to break down those silos, creating a strategy that makes them one of a kind, ensuring they can actually execute on it, and finally, managing their talent as the bedrock of it all.
And for the final piece, let's zoom all the way out. Because this conversation isn't just about one company's balance sheet. It's about connecting their journey to something much bigger, a much more profound mission. So what you're offering them isn't just a service or a 6-month program. No, it's an invitation to be part of something bigger than themselves. You're inviting them to join a movement of leaders who are all dedicated to building better organizations, and through that, a better world.
This is the ultimate takeaway. Our business isn't selling ODeX. Our business is helping customers win. And by helping them build these extraordinary organizations, we're all contributing to a much bigger mission, to literally reinvent management itself for a new era.
So this playbook is your guide. But the real power isn't in memorizing the script. It's in your genuine interest and your ability to truly listen. Now it's your turn. Take this framework and go out there and start having these incredible, transformative conversations.